Hello students, welcome to the next video in the lab. This video is about the experiment number 4, that is about quick start. We'll go to the program. The program question is chart a given chart of n integer elements using quicksort method and compute its time complexity. Run the program for a varied values of n is greater than 5000 and record the time taken to sort. Here, what we are going to do means we are going to perform the quick sort for a data where once the data quick start is started, we are going to perform the time taken for the quick sort and the what are the worst cases analysis and best case analysis for that sorting algorithm is going to be discussed in this video. Let us go to the video sorting part. It is widely used sorting algorithm which will make the n log n comparisons in average case, and it follows the divide and conquer approach. Here are the steps to be taken in the quick sort. The first step is to determine the pivot value. Once the pivot value is determined, then it will define the left point and right pointer. Here the elements are 4, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7 like that. Then pivot is 3. Now the left pointer is 4 and right is 5. Now it will be compared with the left and right values. Then if it requires, the values will be swapped, or else it will go on to the next left and right pointer. Likewise, it will be continued for the n number of values. So this is what the quicksort algorithm. Based on the pivot value, it will divide the entire set into two parts. So the first part and second part will be handled by respective left and right pointers. Coming on its performance wise, the time complexity and space complexity is the major two performance complexity levels. For the best case, it will be calculated like order of n for three-way partitions or order of n log n for simple partitions. Like that it is defined. For the average case, the formula for finding the time complexity is order of n log n, and for the worst case, order of n log n squared. Likewise, it is defined. Then for space complexity, only the worst case is order of log n. We'll go to the program. Here, the first part is the importing of necessary packages. Then we'll start the class called as quicksort. In the main method of the quicksort, we are going to have a scanner class to get the inputs from the users, and print stream is to create a new file which is called as a.txt, where the corresponding numbers will be first printed, then the quicksort will be performed, then after that the sorted elements will be printed in a.txt file. So this is what print screen, and then print screen of console object is to perform the output stream. So that is going to be treated as the output stream. That output of that sorted element is going to be printed in a.txt. So this is what the initial preparation for this program. Then move on to the inputs. We are going to get the number of elements to be sorted. So if I give 100, what will happen? Based on the random class, it will generate 100 random value. Then that 100 random value will be first printed in a.txt file. Once it is being typed and it's being treated, it's being arranged in one array, then the exact quicksort will start. So this is what the logic and flow of this program. Now the number of elements to be sorted is stored in the n integer. So the variable n is storing the number of values, and then one array is started with the name of a with the n plus 1 size, right? So if the elements are number of elements are 100, means it starts creating one array with the size of 101. Likewise, initially one array will be started. and initialized. Then there are 2 points to denote the start and end of this sorting. Then random class is created with the help of random. RAND is the object, and using the new operator, that RAND is the object created. Then it is started with the for I equal to 0, I is less than n, I plus plus. So for n, if your number of elements 100 means 100 times the for loop will be generated for 100 random numbers are going to be stored in the array A of I. Then now we are going to perform the quick sort exactly. So array elements to be sorted are going to be referred in this file. Then using set out of O, it is going to be printed from using the I equal to 0, I is less than or equal to n, I plus plus, it is going to be stored in the arrays here. Then A of n is equal to one number will be assigned. Now we are going to start the current time of this execution. So before the execution it will be treated as a start, and after the execution that number will be treated as a end. So start is equal to system.nano_time is retrieved from this system. Then once the values are started, that number start time is started, then qsort will be applied for the number of arrays A and 0, n minus 1. Then after the performance of qsort, that ending time is noted down here, right? The start is nothing but starting time of this algorithm, and end is nothing but ending time of the algorithm execution. So likewise this is being sorted. Now the sorted element should be stored in the a.txt file using system.out.println that particular elements arrays with the respective gap. Respective space should be given for that elements. So likewise it is printed. Then we'll go for the best case analysis and worst case analysis. So first we need to find the estimated time. Estimated time is nothing but the ending time minus starting time. So this is what the estimated time. So the estimated time is now first of all printed here. Then again worst case has to be done. For the worst case we need to have one function called as estimated time minus end minus start. So similarly best case time also generated. Best case generation is nothing but array begin and end with the 3 parameters. Best case generation is started. We need to have the count. Count is nothing but end minus begin plus 1. If the count is less than or equal to 2, then it will start creating the middle value. Middle value is nothing but the pivot value here. So pivot is equal to begin plus end divided by 2. Likewise the best case generation is again analyzed. So it will be having the swap function. Swap is nothing but the interchanging of variable. So it takes 3 steps. So first A of array is stored in the temporary variable. Then array of j is moved to A of I. Then array of whatever the stored in the temporary will be moved on to the array of j. So likewise this swapping of 2 numbers is performed in the swap function, and move on to its q start, that means quick start. So we have the concept called as we are passing the values of start and end now. So p is less than or equal to q. We are partitioning. Once the pivot value is partitioned, we will apply again with a recursive function of q start with a comma p comma j minus 1. In the left side it will be performed. After that in right side it will be performed. Likewise this quick sort is a recursive function. Then move on to the partition parameter. Partition is nothing but it will be dividing the entire array into 2 partitions based on the pivot value. So that's what it is performed with the help of while loop here. Then interchange is also another one function. It will interchange the values of its data. So move on to its output. The number of elements to be sorted in this concept is 5000, and then it will refer the file. We will refer the file. Then quick sort and average case is one value is given, and worst case is given, and best case is given. So we can move on to its execution. So here listen, this is what written in the Eclipse environment. This the first part is the importing start part, and then the class name of this experiment is experiment 4, and it has been written in the main. Now I am going to execute this program. When I am going to execute this program, it will ask the number of elements to be added. Now I am giving 5000 as the number of elements to be sorted. Now array elements to be sorted are, please refer to the file. So we need to open that a.txt. a.txt is stored in this corresponding respective folder. So now these are the random numbers generated for 5000 values. So 5000 random numbers are first generated using the for loop. Then see here, these are all the 5000 random numbers. So once the random numbers are generated, then after that what will happen? It will be a lengthy one because I gave 5000. So it will be a lengthy input. Once all those, yes. So once 5000 values are stored, generated using random classes, again using the quicksort algorithm, it is being sorted by the concept of quicksort. These are all the quick sorted list of random numbers. So I hope so this video is useful. I will catch you in the next video about next experiment. Thank you.